Judge Vonda B. Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the cook.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Cook, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I've got a 13-year-old daughter and a ex-husband that's decided to start his life over, but I can't do that because I've got a child to take care of, and I need some help doing that.
Because this case is about to get interesting. We've got a hardworking mom providing for her daughter and a dad claiming he can't pay child support because he's a full-time law student. But does being in school excuse financial responsibility? Should he get a pass, or does parenting come first no matter what? The judge's ruling might just surprise you. Stay tuned.
You know, he's decided to go back to school.
That's a good thing, right?
That's fine, but it doesn't help us any.
Okay, you mean financially?
Financially, right.
Okay, what type of activities are your daughter, involved in?
She wants to do cheerleading, and she's on student council.
Okay. And I'm assuming student council costs, they have a membership fee or something?
They have membership fees, and they have a lot of activities that they do that they're involved in because it's kind of a leadership thing, and so they have a lot of things that they have to go to as well.
Okay. All right, and you're just looking for some financial assistance?
I'm just asking for some help.
Sounds pretty straightforward, sir. Is there a reason why you don't want to give her any money to pay for your...
Up, he's remarried and back in school? That's a big life change. But does it erase his responsibilities? Mom didn't get a reset button. She's still raising their child. So the real question is, does personal growth outweigh financial duty? Let's see how the judge handles this one.
Full-time student.
Okay.
My tuition is paid for, and I've got a Pell Grant, and I get basically $3,200 for a school year to help cover my living expenses as well. So,
do they break that up by semester?
It's broken up by semester. I have to maintain grades and stay in school. I have to prove that to be able to continue to receive the grant. So, just trying to further my education. I understand my daughter's important to me. I love her very much, but I'm going back to law. I'm trying to get into law school, so I'm trying to figure out how to better it in the long run.
Okay, that sounds pretty fair, ma'am. Are you aware that he gets this Pell Grant money?
Yes, ma'am, I am. But I know a lot of students also work at least a part-time job.
Right.
And
here comes the classic, I'd love to help, but defense. He claims being a full-time law student means he can't pay, but let's be real, he still has some income. Should that money be off limits just because it's for school, or does child support come first? Let's see how Judge Vonda handles this.
Again, I'm only a daycare worker, so I don't get a lot of money either, and I need some help even just with her normal everyday things. I'm paying for her insurance as it is, and just trying to keep things going is difficult.
Right, I understand, but you can't squeeze blood out of a rock. Okay, you understand that, right?
Yes.
He's only going to be obligated to pay whatever it is that he has as income. Although some students may work, not all full-time students have a job either. I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
Not letting that slide. She's pointing out that plenty of students manage to work and support their families. And she's got a point. If others can make it work, why can't he? The tension is building, and it's going to be interesting to see how the judge breaks this one down.
He's going to be obligated to give you at the moment. Now, later, at some time when he does, presumably go to law school or anything like that, you can receive extra money after he starts working. But as for right now, I can't take more from him than what he has. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So $3,200 per school year is not even, he's not even making a full year worth of that money. You said a semester is broken down, so like...
Judge Vonda B. keeps it real. She can't take money that doesn't exist. That's just facts, but that also means Mom is stuck carrying most of the financial load for now. Fair? Maybe not. But the law has its limits, and sometimes that's just how it goes. And trust me, This case isn't over yet.
Possibly can.
Right. So, ma'am, based on what he's telling me, and I have to assume his testimony is true until you provide me with anything different. That's all he has at this time. So that's all that I can calculate off of. So because of that, $3,200 is not a lot of money. So I would have to base his child support on minimum wage. You understand?
Yes,
Okay.
any sort of help would help.
Okay, it's something. It's something.
Right.
It may not cover everything, but you also work. So until he's able to get a better, not necessarily a better job because he's not working right now, but maybe, as he keeps going through school, he may get more money from a Pell Grant. We don't necessarily know, but until that happens.
A. Second, he's splitting expenses with someone else, which means his cost of living is lower than if he were on his own. So, shouldn't that free up some money for child support? Mom might have a solid point here. Let's see if the judge puts the pieces together.
$4.87, which brings your monthly obligation to $226.97. That's based on minimum wage. Okay? All right. Would that $226 help cover something with student council?
Yes,
something
ma'am.
with
There it is, the big moment. Since Dad doesn't have a steady income, the court is setting his child support based on minimum wage. Fair and legal. But here's the catch. The second he starts making more, his payments go up too. So he better start planning now.
I just needed some help. I wasn't expecting him to do everything.
Okay. All right. And sir, you understand that, correct?
So when does that start?
That starts today.
Okay.
The obligation starts today. Just know that in the future, when you get a job or you start receiving more money for some reason from your Pell Grant, you have an obligation to report that. And if you don't, she can actually report it and bring you back to court. And at that time, you will be paying more than minimum wage and child support. Just want to make sure.
It's key. Mom isn't asking for full financial support, just some help. And that's exactly what child support is meant to be. Help, not a punishment. Even though the amount is small for now, it's something. But is it fair? Let me know in the comments.
So if you become a big-time lawyer one day and, for some reason your child is still under the age of 18, your child support can still go up.
Vonda B just gave Dad a reality check. If he makes it big as a lawyer, his child support will skyrocket. And let's be real, that's only fair. If he's pulling in six figures, $226 a month won't cut it. He might want to. Keep that in mind while hitting the book.
I got it.
Okay. Any questions from either of you?
Yeah.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
There you have it. The judge ruled fairly. Dad has to pay child support, but only based on his current earnings. The lesson? Being a student doesn't erase parental responsibilities. But the court won't demand money that isn't there. Should he be paying more? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love courtroom drama, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more legal showdowns.